Your bicycle has one chain, but it has many gears. Somehow, with a flick of your thumb, the chain leaps from one to the next, and you never stop pedaling. There is no engine here, no computer, just a spring, a cable, and a clever little arm hanging below the wheel. Tonight, we slice open the rear derailleur of a bicycle and watch the exact moment the chain decides to jump. Pushing a bike up a hill is hard. Cruising downhill, your legs spin uselessly. Gears solve both. A small cog at the back makes pedaling easy but slow. A large cog makes it hard but fast. To switch, the chain must move sideways onto a different cog, while it is moving, under load, wrapped around spinning teeth. The part that performs this trick, again and again, is the rear derailleur. Let us look closer. At the center of the rear wheel sits the cassette, a stack of cogs lined up like a staircase. The smallest might have 11 teeth, the largest 50 or more. Each cog is one gear. The chain can only ride one of them at a time. Shifting means lifting the chain off its current step and guiding it cleanly onto the next, neither too far nor too short. Miss and the chain grinds or falls off the edge entirely. Below the cassette hangs the derailleur itself. Picture a small arm holding two little wheels stacked inside a cage. These are the jockey wheels. The chain threads through them in an S-shaped curve before climbing back up to the cassette. The lower wheel is a tensioner. A spring inside pulls the cage backward, keeping the chain tight no matter which gear you pick. The upper wheel is the guide. Wherever it points, the chain is pushed to follow. Up at the handlebar sits the shifter, under your thumb. Inside it, a thin steel cable is wound around a drum. Click one way, and the drum pulls the cable tighter. Click the other, and it releases a measured length of it. That cable runs the length of the bike, through its housing, down to the derailleur. It is the only message sent. No electronics, no signal, just a wire, pulled or loosened by a precise amount each time you click. Now the heart of it, a tug of war. Pulling the cable swings the derailleur one direction. A second spring, hidden inside the derailleur body, constantly pulls it the other way. The two forces balance. When you click and tighten the cable, you win a little ground, and the cage shifts toward the larger cogs. Release the cable, and the spring drags it back toward the smaller ones. Every gear is simply a different resting point in this standoff. But the derailleur cannot just tilt. It must slide sideways, staying parallel to the cassette so the chain lines up at every step. The trick is its shape, 4 pivot points forming a parallelogram. As the cable pulls, the linkage flexes like a collapsing diamond, carrying the cage left or right while keeping the jockey wheels upright. This is why a derailleur looks like a folding hinge. It is a hinge, one tuned to move in a perfectly straight line. You may have noticed that the shifting clicks. That is indexing. Inside the shifter, a ratchet with notches lets the cable move in fixed steps, not smoothly. Each click pulls exactly enough cable to shift the derailleur by the width of one cog. The bike does not guess. The distance between every gear is built into the shifter as a series of stops. One click, one cog. That is why modern shifting feels so crisp and so certain. Here is the moment of the jump. When the guide wheel nudges the chain against the next cog, the chain does not simply slide across. The cassette helps. Look closely at the cogs, and you will see tiny ramps and specially shaped teeth, machined into their sides. As a chain link arrives, a ramp catches it and lifts it up onto the larger cog, like a tooth reaching out to grab. The shift completes in a fraction of one pedal stroke. None of this works unless you keep pedaling. The chain must be moving forward for the teeth to pick it up and carry it across to the next gear. That is why a shift feels smoothest under a light, steady stroke, and clunks badly if you stamp hard on the pedals. The derailleur only points the way. The spinning cassette and the moving chain do the actual climbing, link by link, tooth by tooth, until the chain settles. 2 small screws set the boundaries. They are called the limit screws. One stops the derailleur from pushing the chain past the largest cog and into the wheel spokes. The other stops it short of the smallest, where the chain could fall off the outer edge. Between those 2 walls, the cable and the springs do their dance. Set the limits wrong and the chain escapes. Set them right and every gear lands exactly where it should. So trace the path once more. Your thumb clicks the shifter. A ratchet pulls a precise length of cable. The cable tugs the derailleur against its spring. The parallelogram linkage slides the cage sideways by exactly 1 cog. The guide wheel pushes the chain over and ramps on the cassette lifted onto the new gear, all while you keep pedaling between the 2 limit screws. A spring, a cable, and a folding hinge, turning 1 chain into a dozen gears. No motor, no microchip, just tension, geometry, and a chain that knows where to go. The next time you click your way up a hill, listen for it. That small, certain clunk is 100 years of clever mechanics, working in the space of a single pedal stroke.